The power of radio is in your hands. You can play. You can pause.
Rewind.
You can download. It's Vikilonia Radio. Solely for your listening pleasure.
They say it's a man's world. They say we should be tough. They say we should never show vulnerability. But men have problems too. Men do cry. And who better to give a listening ear than the other man in the room? Join us on What Men Want every Monday by 2 p.m. on Vikilonia Radio. What Men Want. What do you want?
A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Vikilonia Radio, your number one entertainment radio. And this is the platform What Men Want with Kelvin Childs. How are you doing and how was your weekend? I had the most exciting weekend. As usual, you know my routine. I saw lots of movies at the cinema and then I went to the beach and it was awesome. All right, I want to give the shout out to Daisy Food before I go any further. Daisy Cake for supplying us cake this morning. Everyone in the studio, we just want to give a shout out to you. Your cakes are awesome. And then to our beautiful fans out there who keeps calling and commenting and giving their views and and keep liking our posts and everything on social media. Thank you so very much. We really appreciate you here on Vikilonia Radio. Okay, last week we talked about a very crucial topic about women and prostitution, men and prostitution rather, or men and prostitute, where we asked the question about how it's okay and not okay to patronize a prostitute as a man. And we got so many comments. Many of our fans out there got to express and give us a bit of their mind on how they feel towards the subject. Why some people were actually saying they feel nothing is wrong patronizing prostitutes, and then the rest of the crew said it was wrong to patronize prostitutes. But either ways, whatever works for you, because we all have our individual lives to live, and I don't think anybody's at liberty to judge anyone here. All right, moving on for the topic of today. I asked the question last week and I got so many comments online, but also I need your comments. All right, the question is, as a man, if you get married and find out that you're impotent and then the need arises for you to bear children, would you allow your wife go get pregnant outside the marriage, or would you rather remain childless? I know it's a very it could be a very personal topic from some of you out there that might be going through something of that nature. It's a very, very sensitive topic. So I would like you to take your time to, think it through. We just don't want, anyhow answers. We want answers that are thought-provoking and also answers that are well thought out before, before dishing out. So would you, on the normal circumstances, or not normal circumstances, because impotency is not really a normal thing. Okay, would you allow your wife to go outside the marriage and bear children? And don't forget, if you're on Facebook, you can go to my Facebook handle at Kelv Childs Okoroji, and then you can go to my Instagram handle to at Kelv Childs and without the Okoroji. All right, start sending your comments and I will be taking them shortly.
Diamond Mobile app has been upgraded with awesome new features like Isusu, which helps you save with your friends in groups or save by yourself. It also includes a self-service feature where you can adjust your transfer limits, request debit cards, and many more. With over 2 million users on board, Diamond Mobile is really going beyond banking. Diamond, your bank.
Do you know that you can advertise your business and brand to thousands of listeners on Vikilonia Radio?
Oh yes, and at a very, very cheap and affordable rate. For as low as 1,000 Naira, you can advertise with us.
Simply call us on 081 39 36 3906. On Vikilonia Radio, we give a new life to your business.
You're listening to your number one online edutainment radio.
Okay, this one is from Abimbola Abioye, and he says, well, if I find out that I am impotent, I don't think going outside wedlock is the right thing to do. There are other ways we can handle the situation instead of cheating. Well, other ways to handle the situation. Well, he didn't tell us the ways we could handle the situation. That's what we want to know. If there are other ways to handle the situation, tell us how. All right, I have this comment here from Emmanuel Anyawo. He says, well, there is no problem as long as the owner of the child doesn't come for him in the future. Well, okay, how are we certain that the owner of the child would not come? That could actually pose a big problem, especially if the wife knows who she's, going to mate with. So it could actually cause a big problem. So how do we know that these things can happen? I mean, we can't actually prevent it from happening, except you're going to pay the person off. And even if you do pay the person off, people can, breach contracts. All right, I have another comment here from Dupe Alawi, and he says, no, never. Such thing can never happen. Whatever happened to adoption? Okay, well, when you're talking about the cases of adoption, yes, it's okay, but, our African society has been imbibed with such mentality that they feel that if the child does not does not share the same blood with you, he or she is not really legitimately your child. So how do we handle such, how do we curb out such mentality? Because if you go out there to adopt a child, and probably you're living, okay, maybe your family is that one that believes in that African rooted. How are they going to take it? Will they be able to welcome the child the way they are supposed to? Will they give him or her, the benefits that is due to him or her, as a child or as a part of the family? Okay, I have another comment here from Chukuma Anyao. He said, well, that should never be the case. Whatever happened to a sperm donor? Yeah, I think that's a very good one. Instead of going out of your way to cheat, except as the wife, you just want to have a taste of, someone else's manhood, so to speak. Well, a sperm donation could also come in handy. Yeah, that's a very, very good point. I also have another comment here from Chike Emmanuel. He says, no. I cannot allow another man to touch my wife. Rather, I remain childless. Okay, I have brothers and sisters, lots of them, and they have so many children. I think my brother's kid is also my kid. Okay, that's a very good point. I think I think he loves his wife very much to the point that he would not even want to, bear the thought of another man laying his hands. But remember, I said, what if the only solution is to let another man, touch you? Now, most of you are bringing up sperm donors and all that. Let's assume there's no sperm donor. Let's assume there's nothing like adoption. And then the only solution is to get her pregnant by someone else. Would you still allow it? Okay, I have this comment here from a Duke of Barking. Okay, he's our favorite commenter. He's always commenting on everything we post here on Vikilonia Radio. Okay, he says, well, this is a very, very crucial and delicate topic, I must say. But when it comes down to it, you have to consider some certain things. Okay, this is a very long one. I have to take my time. He says you have to consider some certain things. what will be the outcome of the pregnancy? Well, I don't think I understand what he means by that. Okay, he says that is, what if the real father comes in later in the future and says he wants his child? What is going to happen? Again, the child you're going out there to get, you don't even know the man. That is, even if, okay, he said you don't know the man. Okay, he's assuming it's going to be a stranger. You don't know the man. You don't know his DNA. You don't know if he has some kind of family sickness, and then you go and get pregnant for him, and then your child becomes sick. Okay, that's a very, very good point. I think he's trying to I think it's voting against going outside wedlock. All right, I have another comment here from Emmanuel Chike, and he says, no way we go. She would remain childless. I cannot allow another man to touch her. Okay, wow, that's some true love here, I'm getting. Okay, it is still What Men Want on Vicky Luna Radio, your number one entertainment radio. Alright, this comment is coming from Jude Amadi, and he says, well, if I find out that I am impotent, I think I would allow my wife to go get a child somewhere else, as long as she's discreet about it. Nobody has to know. Okay, that's quite a good one, you know. So I guess he's of the opinion that whatever you're doing, as long as you're discreet about it, it's a good one if you're discreet about it. But in a situation whereby the wife knows who she wants to mate with, then it becomes a problem, because what are the possibilities that person will eventually keep his mouth shut in the future? Okay, the question is still, as a man, would you allow your wife go get pregnant somewhere else if you find out that you are impotent? And there's still the numbers to call 08035413167. And if you're on Instagram, all right, I'm about to take Instagram comments, so go there right now at Kelvin Childs and drop your comments there, and I'll be taking them shortly. I have this comment from Cheesy Law. Cheesy Law says, well, I don't think there's anything wrong with her getting pregnant elsewhere, as long as she is doing it privately without anyone knowing. You know how women talk sometimes. It's possible she might go and tell her friends about it, and then it will backfire. Okay, well, he has a point, and it all boils down to being discreet about it, being private, not even extending a hand or bringing a third party to it. When I mean third party, I mean a family member, or maybe the wife's sister, the mother, or the father. Keep it in-house, keep it tight, keep it private as much as you can. Nobody has to know about it. I think that's what he's trying to say. Okay, this comment is from Emmanuel at Emmanuel Dede, and he says, no, I cannot allow my wife go have sex with another man, whether I am impotent or not. I believe with prayer everything will turn out good. After all, it is God that gives children. Okay, I think it's getting a little religious here. Okay, he says with prayer everything will work out fine. Or what if you keep praying and praying and praying and eventually nothing works out? Would you still go ahead, or would you still would you rather remain childless? That is what I want to know. Okay, while we're on that, I just want to share this little story, movie I saw some time ago, where a man couldn't get his wife pregnant, and then he had to meet his friend to rape the wife without her knowledge, and then she finally got pregnant. And then a few years later, the friend got into an accident and then damaged his private part, and then the doctor said he couldn't bear children. And then all of a sudden he realized that he had a child somewhere else, and then started making trouble for for his best friend, who earlier on, years back, asked him to sleep with a wife, and then it became a very, very big fiasco. I mean, I try to imagine that in our present day, imagine it as a true life story, what could actually happen. I guess it would be very, 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 very disastrous, finding out such a thing. All right, the comments are coming in. I have this one from Atosa James, and he says, no, this kind of things really, really backfire in the end. What if the child ends up being irresponsible? You don't know whose blood he's carrying, and you don't know if the blood is contaminated. Okay. I think that's a good one. Okay, I have another comment here from Ad Breeze, and he said, no, never will I allow my wife go get pregnant elsewhere. We will continue to hope on the Lord. Wow! Well, you've heard it all. He said he's going to continue to hope on the Lord. All right, I'm going to take a few more comments before we wrap it up here on What Men Want for today's edition. And this last comment is coming from Bayo. Bayo is our tech engineer, and he's saying that, oh boy, he says, oh boy, I don't feel allow another person touch my wife. No matter what, I beg, we will continue to remain childless. If anything as bad, we'll go adopt. All right, Bayo says he's going to adopt. Well, I've already ruled out adoption out of the equation in the when I first started the show. I said, what if there is no room for adoption? All right, thank you very much for listening. Thank you for your contributions, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Vikiluni Radio, and also on Instagram at Vikiluni Radio, and don't forget to advertise with us also. All right, taking us back to the question for next edition. I hope you guys are ready for it. Are you guys ready for it? Are you guys ready for it? Are you guys ready for it? As a man, do you think, okay, how do I put this now? As a man, would you resort to gambling? Like, as a man, do you think it's okay to gamble? Do you gamble? If you gamble, tell us why. If you don't gamble, you tell us why. And tell us if there's any benefit attached to gambling. Why do men gamble? That's another good way to put it. Why do men gamble? I want to know why men gamble. Is there some addiction to it? Is there some extra manliness in it? Does it boost your manhood? Tell us why men gamble. All right, thank you for listening. My name is Kelvin Childs, and this is still Vikiluni Radio.